Morning, morning, morning. Morning, Chigang. Let me just open a window. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it's so nice to be back. Good morning, everybody. Morning, morning, morning. Only 2 minutes late this morning. Well done, me. That was Jules' fault. She was on the phone. Can I talk to you for a minute? Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon. If you're watching this in another time zone or later in the day or tomorrow or the day after or in 6 weeks' time, good morning, everybody. Happy Qigong session, shall we say there. Right, now let's just allow everyone to come into the feed. We're finding that we're getting more and more people now watching this class later in the day or on YouTube at a different time. Good morning, Danielle. Good morning, everybody. Morning, morning, morning. What a lovely day. I hope it's suddenly my image has gone a bit dark. Why is that gone dark? Oh, why does technology do this to me? Okay, apologies if it's a bit dark. I've no idea why, and I've no idea how to fix it. Jules, is it okay? Can you all see me all right? Me and technology. Anyway, right, let's just allow this lovely feed. Guys, can you just let me know if you can see me okay? Because it is a little bit shadowy. I don't know if that's just my phone being weird or whether that's the light or something. Anyway, on your way to work. Yeah, that's okay. Lots of people going back to work now. My kids are going back to school. Jules and I had a very long conversation yesterday about what time do we do this class? What do we do about this class? Oh, you can see it. Okay, good. All right, that's fine. Thank you, guys. Good, that's okay. Good, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's fine. It's just my phone and it's just a bit dark, but never mind. Who cares? It's probably because my fluorescent top is so poppy. The phone's going, oh. Anyway, just twist, twist, twist. Let's just enjoy these lovely exercises. So whatever happens, whatever time you can do this class or you can do these exercises, we're going to slightly tweak things around again because obviously we're going back to our routines. Hello from Germany. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone from further afield. And Jules and I have had a long conversation about it, and then in the end we have decided to keep it as it is. Partly because I was getting really stressed about starting it 15 minutes early. So I was thinking, oh God, I could just about get there on time for 8 o'clock, never mind any earlier. And it sort of messes up my own routine. And we can't really agree on a time that's actually going to work for everybody because some people have kids, some people don't. Some people have jobs, some people don't. Some people are watching this on YouTube or IMGTV anyway. And I thought, do you know what? And then Jules herself, she can't do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because her own daughter has to go back to school. I'm very lucky. I've only got one child left. And she said, Mummy, it's okay. I can get myself ready for school. So she's very kindly helping so that I can still do my class. So I thought, you know what, given that Jules will only be able to do 2 days a week anyway, which slightly changes the dynamic, I thought we need to change it up a bit. It's time for change. So I thought I'm going to kind of run the class a slightly different way. It's going to be more aimed towards the fact that most people watching this class, let's just drum from it. We'll shake in a second, okay? I'm going to change it around. Let's just drum whilst I'm talking. Just use a loosely clenched fist. If you don't yet have a tapper, drum your body. So I thought I'm going to do this class more about the fact that the person, so it's either Jules Monday, Tuesday, Catherine Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That changes the dynamic in itself. So they will be there to answer your questions and to help you. Obviously, we're going to have all the chit chat going on with everyone talking to each other. But I'm going to deliver this class to a wider audience because I know that a lot of people are going to be tuning in at different times of the day. Okay, so it is a live feed. I will be answering questions. Whatever's going to come up is going to come up. But we're going to aim for the fact that this is going to help you when it sits on IGTV or it sits on YouTube. We'll take edits out of it each day just to keep you with the laughter part. So what will happen is Jules and Catherine will talk to my team straight after the class with me and go, oh, that bit was really funny. Oh, the banter was really good. So you get the fun bits. We'll be going up onto the story. So that will keep you entertained. And then the actual exercises and doing it with me and listening to me wang on will be done kind of by me, obviously, at 8 o'clock, which is when I'm basically ready to do it. / 1 or 2 minutes past 8. / 5 minutes past 8 when I'm really stretched. So that's the plan, okay? We'll go with it and see how we get on. Now, the other thing to say is that don't worry because we're going to do 2 live feeds a week in the evenings. Wednesday night clinic, which is basically when we will be doing case studies and we will be drawing on you guys and your case studies. So use your tapper if you've got one. So, we'll be doing chart reading. I'll be talking about your syndromes. I'll do a case study on you and get to the bottom as to what the problem is and expand it out to the group. So that's on Wednesdays. And then Sunday night is Sunday Night Live, which is the Q&A. So we'll go back to all the things where, you know, if you're asking me questions, because what's happened in the summer is it's all piled into this feed, because I wasn't really doing evenings because I had to do my children and I didn't have to, I wanted to. So that's the plan, okay? We'll see how we get on. I hope that's okay. So, yes, and the idea about the Wednesday night is that I don't get to see it beforehand. I don't just sit there swatting up. Trust me, I wouldn't anyway, because I wouldn't have time. But I get given the case study just before we go out up on air. So I get to see it just before we go live, just like I would if you were a patient in a clinic that you just walk in. I go, right, how can I help? So that's what we're going to do, okay? So Jules and the team are going to be selecting it based on you guys emailing in, asking for help, asking for answers, and then they'll be picking out one that they think would make a really good programme. So that's what we're going to do. So all the fun and the frolics of this class are going to get recorded and noted and then produced into a nice little fun story for you to enjoy each day so that we don't lose the team spirit. Obviously, guys, join the Chigang over on Facebook. Jules is giving me a lesson on Facebook later because actually I don't really go on Facebook. It's not really my thing, but it's going to be my thing now. It is now. So I will appear in, I'll be talking to you in the Chigang as well. Right, make sure you get on that inner thigh. There we go. So that's the plan. And then the other thing, the topic of the day, is about fitting exercise into your routine. I thought I'd talk about that today because Mark talked to me yesterday and basically said I was out of shape. Thanks, Mark. He said it very nicely. He said, how can we support you? I was thinking, oh my God, okay. Anyway, the idea was to free up my diary so that I could start exercising like a lunatic and end up looking like some size zero. So I pushed back on that and I said, well, thanks very much. And yes, I might have had a bit too much Pinot Grigio on holiday, but it's all is not lost. And the idea of this is not to turn me into some stick insect, because that's not my body type, but the idea, and then to cheat, okay? I'm not going to cheat behind the scenes and start exercising like a lunatic and start doing some ridiculous diet. I'm not doing any of that. What we're going to do is Hey You Fit launches, soft launches at midnight tonight, okay? And the idea of Hey You Fit, the worst kept secret. Actually, I'll carry on with that in a minute. Hang on, I'll get on to that one in a minute. Let's just do our tapping, right? Because I'm talking too much. I'm terribly excited, all so much to say. Right, just tap, 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 tap for a minute. Let's just get ourselves in gear. There. Tap, tap, tap. Tap down your backs. Tap the head. Tap these soft joints. You don't have to tap as heavy. You can tap lightly. You can use a loosely clenched fist. You can use the fingertips, a cupped hand like this. This is actually quite nice. Doing it with a cupped hand. You just try that for a second, guys, before we go to the shake. It's actually really nice patting yourself. If you don't have a tapper yet, just before bed, this is a really good thing to do, okay? Just slowly tapping all over the body with a cupped hand. It's really reassuring, really relaxing. It's a really good way of taking the body into sleep. You slow it down and you just allow the sort of pitter-pat like raindrops all over the body. It's a really, really good feeling. It's a really good one. So anyway, right, let's go to our shaking. I've just suddenly done it in a slightly different order this morning because I was talking about, about what we're doing. So, and then I want to talk to you about Hey You Fit. And I'm going to talk to you about this plan that I'm going to do, which you can help me with if you want. Right, so shake, shake. Now whilst we're shaking, think about what it is. Get those barnacles out of the body. Shake. You can shake vigorously. You can shake gently. If you're not feeling great, you haven't got much strength, that's okay. Just you can rock, you can bob, you can just carry on patting. That's fine. These are all means to an end. Okay, shaking and patting and tapping is all very similar. It's basically what it's doing is it's getting anything that's stuck into the circulatory system so that the circulatory system can eliminate, which is what it does, purge and nourish. That's what your circulation's doing. It's nourishing oxygenated blood into the system and it's purging out anything that doesn't serve us, okay? Shaking is quite a vigorous way of doing it. Tapping is a bit more gentle. Tapping is slightly deeper. But shaking is the first thing you do. So you can shake, right, and then shake. I love this one. Whoa. Just down there on those adhesions, which I have to say have almost gone. How are we doing in here? Let's just have a look. So it's a very dark screen this morning, so I can't really see it. Shaking from the bed, it still helps. There you go, you see? You can shake from the bed, it's okay. You just shake your arms. If you can just jiggle your legs, jiggle your toes, okay? Jiggle like this. You can shake slowly, you can more wave. Don't forget, it's called shaking the tree. So some trees can go like that to get the fruit off them, but often trees just sort of sway, and that's okay. It's about movement, guys, okay? It's about movement. It's about staying in your comfort zone and moving the body. Now start thinking about what it is that we want to get rid of. What are those patterns of behaviour that we don't like? Write it down in that journal. What are the symptoms? What are the emotional patterns? What do we not like? Do we find ourselves stuck in a circle, the story of my life? Are we permanently irritated? Are we worrying ourselves sick? Are we sort of frozen in fear? Are we so anxious that we don't want to go out? What are we feeling? It's okay. You're in a safe space to think about it right now, because you can ask me and Jules. You need to just identify it. 50% of the problem, 50% of the solution is understanding what the problem is in the first place. I say that to my patients all the time. You just got to know what's going on, rather than it just swirling around like a washing machine in your body going, oh. We don't want that. We need to identify, well, what's the problem? How do we feel? I feel anxious. I feel worried. I feel stuck. I feel frustrated. Okay, right. Now we know what we're dealing with. We're going into the lungs or the spleen or the kidney or the liver or the heart. Right, we've got an organ involved. And then what happens is that organ secretes out that emotional pattern, and it goes round and round and round the blood circulation, and it gets stuck and it causes problems, especially if that liver's involved. The minute that liver gets involved, you've got heat. The minute that stress response gets involved, you've got heat. The minute you've got heat, you're going to have symptoms, because the body doesn't want it. It goes, oh, this heat, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. So it goes up and out. So it goes up into the head as headaches. It goes out down the limbs as arthritis. It gets stuck in the big articulations as pain. Okay, or it gets stuck into fat cells as fat that just simply won't disappear. What's the word? Resilient? There you go, resilient cells that just you can't get shot of no matter what. Or it just orbits round and round and round the bloodstream, or it goes into the bones and it starts making them thin and brittle. That's what the body's doing with it, because what the body's doing is it's keeping it away from the organs. That's its job, and it's doing it really well. Or it goes out through the skin as spots. All of the above, or eczema, psoriasis, acne, asthma, it's getting stuck in the lungs. Irritable bowel, it's getting stuck down in the colon, that heat, the body's trying to get rid of it, or it goes down the front passage and it comes out as cystitis. These are the symptoms. This is why I go on and on and on about the same thing over and again, because it all boils down to the same thing. Right, now once you've identified that that's the problem, then you go in at the organ level, which is why now start stamping, and we're going to go into our organs. Because one or more of those organs is getting involved in that basic process, okay? Because we're not, some people are that simple, sometimes it's just a stress response, okay? It's just the kinetic energy of life where we're rushing around so much, it's creating the problem. That might just stop there, in which case this routine will do the trick. But if it's gone a bit more than that, if it's down into the organs, which it's likely to be, you've got to go up a gear, which is why we go into crazy people now. So, boom, boom, drum your body, boom, boom. Sorry that this tune comes from that Wolf of Wall Street, but it's such a good rhythm. So I don't apply to their awful means, but what I do like is that boom, 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 boom. Just drum yourself like that rugby thing. This is what they're doing. They're drumming their bellies. They're getting themselves ready. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're going with the body. We're just allowing it to recognise that we know what's going on. So just drum with your hands, drum with a flat. If you're in bed, you can do this. This is okay. You can do this. Let's just, hang on a little bit. Oh, it's shifting something for me too. Right, let's just go into the belly now. We're going to go into those barnacles. Let's shift something now so that we can turn ourselves into those lovely wire empty Buddhas that I put on my Instagram. Jules, if we could try and get that up onto the stories regularly, because I talk about it pretty much every day. That and the Pyramid of Health. Let's think about it. Where is it sitting? When you know what the problem is, you can start to solve it, okay? Because we know what we're dealing with, okay? So let's go to the lungs. The lungs is about grief. It's about loss. It's about mourning. It's grieving a person, but it's also grieving a period of your life. It's grieving an event. It's grieving perhaps when you were 16 or when you were 28 or a certain moment in your life, or it becomes fixed. Rather than the lungs expanding and contracting, it just becomes stuck. And we're in the season of grief now, or not quite, nearly. Late summer in by the Western calendar and autumn in the Chinese calendar. But we need to drum the lungs, and we're going into the healing sound. I'm doing it slightly differently now. We're in a different season. What you want to do is you want to use that diaphragm, and you want to breathe in. Really push that diaphragm. Use the sound like this, okay? Really push it out like you're breathing out the toxicity from the lungs. Take your attention down to the organ. Go to the heart now. Take your mind. Take this third eye. Think, feel this feeling here. Take that attention here. Take it to the heart. Right. Smile into the heart. Smile. It's okay. We're healing. Imagine the pain coming out of your mouth. Breathe in. Okay, go to the spleen. We're really pushing it out. Use that diaphragm. Every last drop of air. Imagine toxic energy like coming out. Okay. Imagine that. Got the gist? Okay, let's go. Spleen. But in the meantime, smiling all the way. Happy, happy, happy. We're getting rid of it all. This is a good thing. Right. Hold your spleen. This is on your left-hand side. Breathe in. Breathe in. Aren't we the animals this morning? Right, go to the right hand side, your liver. Okay, really push it. When I'm going like this and like this, I'm going push from here, push it out. Imagine it. Imagine toxic green sludgy breath coming out, blah, blah, coming out. Bilious kind of negativity. Right, breathe in. Breathe in. Hi, Jan. Hi, Yasmin. Go to your kidneys. This is about fear. Imagine this dark, inky black fear coming out of the body. Breathe in. Breathe in. And then back to the heart. Breathe in. Okay, slightly different way of doing the healing sounds. There's many different combinations of doing them, but the idea of this is to really get into the organs and allow them that opportunity to, okay, if we've got to, we want to get it out. Now we've got some empty space to deal with. So of course, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fill that into laughter. Okay, really, really important, because what I don't want to do is to recreate the same energetic patterns you were in 5 minutes ago. We've got to shift the dial. Okay, we want you like this, with your energy, like beaming out of your heart, like gorgeous, gorgeous heart energy, literally just like coming out of your heart like this, love, and pure and happy, okay? But if it's covered in toxicity and shrouded in pain, then that's not going to help the heart very much. So we've got to get that moving. And now let's fill it with laughter. Right, thank you, Kelly. Let's go. Ready? And oh, what am I doing? Hang on, extra on the hands. Okay. So I'm not laughing at that. Just let me do the exercise. Extra on the hands. Ha ha ha. Right, no, hang on. It's fire. Pericardium and heart here and here. Small intestine down the outside and triple burner. So the yang of fire is here and the yin of fire is here. I'm here. Oh my God, try your tummy jaws, I'm all here, Is that what it is? It's about hands eczema. I'm not laughing at eczema, guys, I'm not. I've just got to do the laughter now. Oh, is that not about expo? What's the question? Right, I'm going to keep laughing until your messages come up. No faking it today, shotgun. You just get in there. You have a good laugh at myself. What time for the split life? Oh, I don't know. Oh, is that the question? I don't know. What time is the split live? It's 6 o'clock. I do know, I'm just teasing. Got you. Oh my God. Just a little Qigong joke going on there, obviously. Oh my God, seriously, that went so quickly. 2 minutes. Okay, well, that's enough laughter for ages. Okay, the live feed is at 6 o'clock tonight. Genuinely, I haven't done an evening live feed for quite a while now, so I'm a bit like, oh God, a live feed, it's Wednesday already. 6 o'clock. Sorry, I did know the time. I was just teasing you. Right, now we've got to go to the healing sounds for eczema on the hand. If it's on the inside of the hand, it's heart here and here. If it's around this part, if it's more on this part of the hand, it's still heart because it's the triple burner in the small intestine. So it's kind of going on there. Normally, when you have eczema on the hand, it's the body trying to push the heat out through the fire channels out because it comes up from here, down the arms and out through the hands. These are fire points. Again, the body's like trying to get rid of it. That's why eczema's here as well, because these are the water points. So it's trying to cool it down that way. And if it can't do it that way, it'll send it out through the fire that way. Often to do with which is your dominant organ and what's going on. But the bottom line is you need to gua sha your chest, okay? And do qigong and do the healing sounds, because the more you get the heat out of the body at the source, the less it's going to end up down the arms, causing a problem later on. So that's that one. Right, so let's go back to these healing sounds. Let's go now to the high virtues. Now we've got endorphins. Right. You can just hold them if you'd like. I'm feeling a bit more holdy today. Let's just hold them and smile. Now we've got all this laughter. Smile into our lungs. I've still got to go. Still, my spleen's all right. Don't worry, it's not supposed to be serious. Well, it is serious, but we're doing it in a funny way. Just tap your head. Breathe. This is where the soul exits. All this work that we're doing. Heartburn. Gua sha. Gua sha. And then the breath to start with. And really look at your eating patterns. Look at the digestion chapter in the book. Right, just start, guys, because I'm just noticing the time. Let's really go into these stretches. Really allow the body to stretch around. If you're not able to move very well, you're in bed, you're stuck, pull your muscles in, tighten them more, tighten them so that you can't tighten them anymore, and then do this exercise, just pivoting like this with really tight muscles. Really focus your intention and focus on the muscles if you've got difficulty moving, so that it's not about the sort of the sweep of the body, it's about the intensity and the subtlety of the movement, okay? You don't always need to do these massive great sweeps, especially if the body's not up for it. What was I talking about? I was on something then. Lost my train of thought. Where were we? Oh, sorry guys, whatever it was I was saying, it's gone completely out of my head. Anyway, let's just twist. Healing sounds. Oh, yes, hang on. Where were we? It was healing sounds. You were asking about something. Oh, heartburn. There we go. There, found it. Heartburn. So, look at the digestion chapter on the book. It's about how you eat as much as what you eat. There is a plan up on my fact sheets, which will tell you a really simple way of addressing food. Digestion chapter in the book. And then the spleen fact sheet, which will give you everything you need. If you're doing that one, I'd look at the liver as well, massively involved in the digestive system. Heartburn, too much heat in the body. Antacids actually ultimately make things worse, not better, but don't worry about that. It's okay. What we've got to do is get under the problem. Gua sha the body, gua sha the chest. I gua sha my tummy last night. I gua sha all the way down here, it came up really red just here. Really alleviated it. And then please add in the 12 rivers, which takes me neatly onto the Hey You Fit, which launches tonight. Yay! Jules and I don't have to keep it secret anymore. Not that we were the worst kept secret ever since the Rose Quartz Precision launch. So, Hey You Fit, what's this all about? So finally, we've managed to get ourselves organised from lockdown. And rather than me just sending everyone over to Aaron is now going to teach within the brand of Hey You Fit, yay! Which you are very welcome to join. It's an online Qigong website, obviously, where you can do classes and flows, and you can basically systematically take your Qigong to the next level, rather than me just going, just follow Aaron and then just like work it out for yourselves. It's like, no, just go to this website and it's all going to be laid out for you. Jules, I've spent ages on this. It's been so much work. But anyway, it's very exciting. So basically, as of later today, Aaron's Instagram is going to go over to Hey You Fit, and he's obviously our head instructor, but we've got some other ones coming through as well. We've got Jess, who's lovely. Jess was somebody that was my patient years ago, and I said at the time that she was going to end up becoming a Qigong teacher, and guess what? I was right. Right, come the other way. And she's absolutely brilliant. The Qigong have been testing her and making sure that she's teaching well and that she's got the right energy for the class, and they've given her flying colours as she starts as well. So the idea is that there's more classes, more class times, and that we're putting you into a process, okay? There's none of this silver bullet nonsense where it's like, oh, if you just do this, you're going to get all the answers you need. It's an integrated and holistic approach to your body, okay? It's a bit of gua sha, it's a bit of laughter, it's a bit of qigong, it's a bit of good eating habits. It's called making little adjustments to your day-to-day lives, okay? That's what we do. And Qigong is very much part of that. And if you just want to do this class with me and you stop there, that's absolutely fine. It's our absolute pleasure. I love it. I do it anyway. I love doing this class, as you could probably tell. But as most of you know, the early adopters will know that I will always say that if you want to take it to the next level, you really need to do the 12 rivers, which many of you have done. And I know many of you have had amazing results from it and all love it. And then, so that's the next step. This is the whole, this does everything. This is basically a sort of starter for 10, addresses all the big stuff. And then the 12 rivers, one movement per organ, 12 organs of the body, okay? So you strengthen up the organs of the body by doing it. That's how it works. But that's not the end of it either. Then there's the next level beyond that. That's the heaven and earth. These are the deep reservoirs of energy. This is what we need to build up, because often we've depleted them. They're like savings accounts, okay, or overdrafts, that once they've gone as well, then you're really knackered, okay? Then you're waking up feeling exhausted, dragging yourself through the day, aches and pains, symptoms, stubborn weight, persistence, all that stuff, okay? That's what goes on. That's why you need the heaven and earth. And then finally, the last sequence is the animals. Now, that's where this last little bit comes in. I'm going to do the animals with Aaron next week. We launch them next week. They are the final piece of the jigsaw. And then at the end of those animals, there will be these master flows that Aaron will do, which is basically where the whole lot gets combined. But only the people that have done 12 rivers, heaven and earth and animals can come into Aaron's master flows, because you need to know what you're doing, okay? And most people wouldn't ever dream of launching a product like that. They go, well, no one's going to do that. And I go, yes, they are. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. So if anybody would like to do it with me, that's the plan, okay, is that I am still dealing with the last remnants of my stubborn health issues. I've basically dealt with everything, but the last sort of bit for me rests in these master flows with Aaron, okay, because basically I'm very busy and I don't have time to like whirling dervish myself around and exercise. I'm lucky if I get the dog out each day, aside from doing this class, because I'm working and I've got a family and I've got kids and I'm doing all the things that everyone else is doing, and I don't have time. And so Mark and I had a big conversation about it yesterday. And he said, well, you know, you need to work out more, you need to do this, you need to get in shape, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, for goodness sake, like, I haven't got time to do all that. So, and I'm not hiding anything from my group. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with everyone else. So the plan is that I'm going on the animals next week with Aaron, like go the other way, because I haven't done them yet, okay? I haven't had time. I've done everything else, but I just never got to the animals, okay? And we're all in this together. So the idea... Exactly, good. Well, exactly. It's good for all of us. So the idea is I'm going to join his class next week. So if anyone wants to be in the same class, I'm going to be doing the morning class. It's the 9:30 one, I think it is. It's after this. And then, as a result of that, Aaron will start to do master flows, okay? And there'll be several a week. Well, not several, but there'll probably be at least 4. And I'll be on them. And the idea is that they will be the answer to what we need, which is it means you can kind of have a bit of bread and you can have a glass of wine. And you can eat your children's leftovers and you can basically go to work and be busy and sedentary and do all the things that we do. If you do this class like a few times a week, that will do the trick, okay? That's the plan. Let's see if I'm right. I know I will be, obviously, as Jules will vouch for. Of course I'm bloody right. Right, so let's just pull everything up and now lift the sky. So the idea is that it's called the Katie Challenge. And we're doing it together. It's basically taking all of the advice that I give and just pulling it together now with the last final piece of the jigsaw, which is what we've been building up to, okay? And all you early adopters are in a position to actually start to come involved in these master flows. They're not expensive, they're really good. Aaron is an amazing trainer and it pulls together everything. Proper exercise. It's not about calories in versus calories out, okay? It's about strengthening the organs, enjoying your body, enjoying the feeling of being embodied, okay? It's pleasurable. Bodies like pleasure. If you think about it, things that are essential to our lives and our existence are pleasurable. I won't go into too much detail, but we all know what we're talking about. It's fun. And that's the idea of these exercises. This is not lying in bed at 6 o'clock in the morning thinking, oh God, I've got to go to the gym. I have to. I'll feel better when I go. I'll get into my clothes when I do. It's not about that. This is about, oh, yay, I've got Qigong. Yay. Yay, I love it. I feel amazing when I do it. As soon as I start doing that little twisty thing, I'm off and I love it. And then I feel amazing. And oh my God, my symptoms have gone. And oh my goodness me, I fit into my clothes consistently. Wow, fantastic. That's the little missing link for me. I still don't quite fit into my clothes consistently. There's too much variation. I personally have I have a kidney spleen imbalance, and normally it's okay, but every now and then it all just goes a bit AWOL and then it becomes a bit of a problem. And this is why I need these classes, which is why I've created them. And I've not created them for myself to sneakily go off and then come back 3 months later. I'm going to do it with you guys, if that's okay. Yeah, you do have to do heaven and earth first, okay? Sorry guys, you do. Because the idea of the master flow is that you need to know what you're doing. You need to have studied the movements. Otherwise, you can injure yourself, okay? And also the body needs to know what it's doing. Otherwise, I say this every day in the morning feed. Like, change arms, please. It's intention. Intention rules the game, okay? But to get intention, you need to understand. So kind of even ahead of intention is understanding. Okay, so it's understanding, intention, chi, body. Okay, Jules, it's 4 things. Can we write that down as well? It's understanding first. You need to understand the problem. Understanding is 50% of the solution. It really is. Okay, what am I saying this for? Because if you suddenly came straight into a master flow with Aaron and you've got no idea what these 12 rivers were or what it's about, why it works, and what it's doing, then you're just going to start copying these exercises and going like this. It's not going to work. And I'm not going to feed you a lie, okay? It's just because it's just not going to work, and I just don't want you to waste your time or your money, or for you to go, I tried what Katie said and it didn't work. If you understand and your body has had that week to just assimilate the exercises and process them into itself, because the thing is, intention's it's up here, like that, okay? The body is heavier and it takes a little while for it to get the hang of what it's doing. It's got to feel it, okay? It's got to become into the cells. It's got to go from being energetic or a thought to become embodied. Therefore, you've got to actually practice it. It's called Qigong, Qi practice, okay? Energy practice. That's what it is. And therefore, you need to do those 3, it's 3 weeks in, well, it's 3 weeks in total. You have to do 12 rivers, heaven and earth, and then the animals. But you don't have to do them all at once, okay? You just do one, let your body assimilate it, do the next one, let your body assimilate it, and then do the third one. And then you're ready. And then you've got the rest of your life to practice. You don't have to join the flow classes. The idea of this is you can go out and do it in nature, wherever you want. You do it for yourself. But we're going to offer you flows, of course, so that you can have the enjoyment of the community. Right, let's just go into Swimming Dragon whilst I keep talking about this, so that you can go into the community and enjoy the class. Okay, that's the idea. And that the idea of this class is that it's everything mixed together in one giant hour-long solution of pleasure and movement. Basically, just not a million miles off what I do with you, but softer, slightly different, slightly more developed. And then, once you've got the hang of the Aaron Master Flows, then the idea, the icing on the cake, is that John Munro, the great master himself, will then come in and do master flows. How exciting is this? Honestly, I've got hairs on the back of my arms. I'm so excited about this. He's agreed to do it. He's the great teacher that I learnt all this stuff off in the first place. He's the most lovely guy. He lives in New Zealand. I've worked with him for a long time. He's incredible. His knowledge is just off the charts. So he's going to come in and do, once we've got enough people, he will come in and do master flows. So he will then take the kind of people that are in Aaron's flows and he'll take them to a step further. And that, my dear Chigang, is lineage. That was how it used to be. That you start where you're ready. You start with me, I'm all the way over here. Just join in and just get started. Okay, this is the beginning of the journey. But it's a journey of 10,000 steps, as I keep saying. And the journey starts here, moves to the 12 rivers, flows to heaven and earth, flows to the animals, flows to Aaron's masterclasses, and then flows on to John. And then once you're in a John masterclass, my goodness me, then you've got the world of Qigong at your feet, because John will go to all of the great sort of Qigong master symposiums in China. This is where they work in hospitals, doing all sorts of incredible things. Remember, Qigong is a healing exercise. It's not just about calories in versus calories out and getting in shape. Okay, forget all of that. Who cares? That is a byproduct. Okay, your body's shape is a byproduct of the interior health. Okay, if you've got, like me, so I've got fat here. Okay, why? Because I've still got adhesions. Okay, I've got heavy thighs. Why? Because I've got a very heavy spleen energy and it doesn't move properly. I blow up in the heat. Why? Because my kidney yang isn't quite right. Okay, that's why. All right, that's why. Now, my arms are pretty good because my heart energy is basically balanced. The minute your body is balanced, your shape is kind of the iconic shape. That's why we like being in shape. Why? Because it illustrates that our bodies are healthy. That's why we prize it. That's why we like it. That's why we find it attractive, because we want to procreate with it. That's the rules of the game, okay? So if there's something that's out of shape, there's no point going to the gym and sort of doing loads and loads of running or something to just like burn it off. It's not true. If you do that, you're burning the chi of the body. You're burning your energy reserves. You're making mass, especially if you're a lady of a certain age like I am. You know, I'm in my late 40s now and I've had my menopause. So if I start going to the gym and sort of burning and doing some triathlon to sort of get in shape, I'm actually going to completely knacker what's left of my energetic reserves. The main problem for me was that I had an imbalance from birth in the first place. Then this car accident, but that was just like, that was a life process. But, you know, the main problem was that I had this twin pregnancy, which really, really walloped me. I mean, I was extremely ill. I basically died giving birth. I was extremely ill for months and months afterwards, and I could not sort myself out. And that's when I discovered all of this stuff, okay? But the last of the process is the bit that I'm introducing, and I'm putting myself in it with you. Nothing like living on the edge, is there? Let's hope I'm not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I promise you. I've just been holding myself back so that we could do it together. There's no point me coming in here looking all perfect and everyone go, what have you done? And I go, oh no, it's a secret, sorry, I'm not going to tell you. You know, that's not very nice, is it? So we're not doing that. We're in this together. So there we go. So swim your dragons in the meantime. This is all terribly exciting. So please, if you can do the courses, just start, because you are still the early adopters. Okay, get into those 12 rivers and then you can come into these flows. And then I will join you in the class. Are you doing Heaven and Earth in a few weeks, Jules? Oh gosh, where's the time gone? How is it now? 9:44. Sorry guys. Jules will get cross with me. Katie, you're spoken for running again. Right, one last thing of this. Right, anyway, I'm terribly excited about How You Fit, because it's not about the emphasis being on some, you know, sweaty Betty model lookalike. This is about being in your optimum health. Okay, right, now talking of which, this one here. So one of the animal movements is to really kind of like play when you're down here like this. And this is the bit that I can't do because my legs are so tight here. This is the problem. It's the tightness in my body and it's the issue of the spleen and the kidneys. So if you're doing this, hello Fidel, if you're doing this exercise, really go into the squat, try and get yourself, hello, what are you doing? Hello. Right, so get yourself down. Put your hand, hello. He wants his breakfast. Do you want your breakfast? I know, it's 8:45, isn't it? Right, really stretch. There was actually another topic I even wanted to talk about today. Gosh, sorry, I'm really chatty this morning. So just copy the exercise and I'll leave you with the last thing. Is that as we go back into our routines, I know how hard it is to fit everything in. And well done for joining this morning. Or now if you're on IGTV or YouTube, well done for doing the class. And the key to say is use these exercises throughout the day. Okay, they're like days like yesterday. I literally finished this class, and honestly, Jules, we were in meetings all day until 6 o'clock. I'm not joking. I was absolutely exhausted because we've got new members of the team starting. We'd missed Bank Holiday Monday. So we're doing like 2 days work in a day with new people starting massive long meetings, inductions, bringing people into the team. Anyway, so basically I would have been sat at my desk all day. And what I did was I practiced what I preached and I kept repeating, especially this exercise, okay? I just kept going back to it. I kept giving myself breaks. So I'd stand up in the meeting and just give myself a few minutes each half hour or so to move the body. Use the tapper, use the swimming dragon, shake, go the long way to the loo. Even the other thing, when you're standing or waiting, tighten the muscles of the body, tighten everything really, really, really tight, and then really let go. Just that exercise. It's a really good one. Or do a really slow breath in and out while someone else is talking. Use these techniques. Don't just leave it to go to the gym at the end of the day and go, there we go, I went to the gym. Bodies like to move all day long. They do not like being sat still. I know my body will be fine for the morning after I've done this. Then it needs its exercise. Now, normally I go for a walk. Like in Ibiza, I go for a long, hot walk at about 6 o'clock each day and really get my exercise in that way. But I can't do that now I'm back at work in this way. I don't have that kind of timetable. And the weather's not hot in the same way, so you don't get my body doesn't get the same exercise benefit from that. But it does respond really well to just repeatedly doing these exercises just for a couple of minutes. Just a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there. You'll notice a massive difference and you'll feel better. And then try and walk as well if you can. I mean, obviously I did that as well. But it's important when you're back at work to just keep punctuating your day with movement. Allow the body to move. There we go. Really. Oh, I can tell you my inner thighs are getting a massive workout. God knows what it's going to be like next week. Oh. So there we go. Thank you everyone for joining us as always. Take your hands, place them on the dantian, circle around the body. So I can't see that, it's got even darker. Just circle round the abdomen. Breathe and smile. They all go onto IGTV, guys. Thank you for joining us. Go the other way. And I'll see you at 6 o'clock this evening for our first live feed of the season. Whoop, whoop. Have a lovely day. Just grab your tapper if you've still got time. Grab your tapper. Just allow that now to go back into the body. Attention on the soft joints. Just give them an extra bit of attention. So good for you. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. There we go, just use your tapper if you're going back to the office, have one at your desk. Wash out your throat regularly in the evening just to ensure that it's clear. You do Qigong, it's really good for the immune system. Laughter, smiling breaths, healing sounds. Stay in your high virtues as best as you can. And just allow your body to tap, tap, tap. Oh, very late this morning. Don't worry. It's going on to IGTV in a sec. As soon as we finish the class, it goes up. Thank you so much for joining. Do keep a lookout for Hey You Fit. It'll be up at about midnight tonight. / probably a bit later. So basically this time tomorrow, really. Paul Den. Trying to launch this website in no time at all. And by the way, it's a soft launch we're doing to start with. We're spending a month with you guys, fine-tuning it, getting the service just right, making sure there's no glitches, testing out the new trainers, putting me into the animal course and coming out the other end with the flows, getting the early adopters in so that we can get your questionnaires and just check that it does what it needs to do. It's very, very exciting launch. We're just doing it quietly. It'll properly launch in October. We'll make a big fanfare about it then. But for now, it's definitely within our community. I'm very happy. So it means I can now finally say, go to Hey You Fit. Yay! If you want a product, go to Hey You. If you want more Qigong, go to Hey You Fit. Which is really nice. And then if you want it for free, just hang around with me and Jules and we'll give it to you anyway. You don't have to buy anything. We love your company. That's all we want. But if you do want to engage further, then it's there for you if you'd like to. Do email us in, give us your messages, send us your pictures of your babies and your dogs and your stories and your lives. We want to know, we post them up. We love our community. We love our Qigong. Thank you all for joining us today. Jules, as ever, I don't know what I'm going to do when you go back to school. I'm like, oh, no, don't leave me. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock tonight. I will be there. Okay, bye.